You ever wonder what gives a roller coaster that incredible stomach-dropping speed? Or, what makes a falling apple hit the ground with such a thud? Well, it all comes down to this really cool, constant dance between two basic types of energy. So let's get into it. So yeah, what is the secret behind that heart-pounding drop? I'll tell you, it's not magic. It's all about this powerful and non-stop exchange happening between two very different but connected forms of energy. Okay, but before we really dig into these two types, we gotta take a step back and ask a really basic question. What even is energy? At its absolute core, it's just the ability to do work. So, in the world of physics, the official definition is an object's capacity to do work. But I think a better way to picture it is like a relay race, right? When one object does work, it's like it's passing the energy baton to another object. The first one loses a little energy, and the second one gains it. Simple as that. All right, let's meet the first player in this energy duo, potential energy. The easiest way to think about this one, it's stored energy. It's energy that's just kind of waiting for the perfect moment to be let loose. So why does an object have this stored up energy? Well, it's usually for one of two reasons. Either it's about its position, like how high up it is, or it's about its physical shape, like a spring you've squeezed together. And you see potential energy all over the place, in really simple stuff. Think about a stretched rubber band, a wound-up toy car, or a bowstring that's pulled back tight. They're all just full of stored energy, ready to burst into action. Okay, so how do we actually measure this stuff? Well, for an object that's been lifted up, the formula is super straightforward. It's just its mass times gravity times its height. The main thing to remember here is this. The higher something is, the more potential energy it's got packed inside it. It's like charging up a battery. So, if potential energy is the before, the energy that's waiting in the wings, then kinetic energy is the after. It's the energy of doing, the energy of what's happening right now. An object gets kinetic energy for one and only one simple reason. It's moving. Seriously, that's it. And it's pretty intuitive, right? The faster something moves, the more kinetic energy it has. And just like potential energy, this is everywhere. A speeding car, a falling coconut, an athlete sprinting down a track. If it's moving, it has kinetic energy. It's energy in action, pure and simple. Now check out the formula for this one. You see that v squared, that little 2? That's velocity, or speed, squared. And this is a huge deal. It means that speed has a massive effect on an object's energy. So get this, if you double an object's speed, you don't just get double the kinetic energy, you get 4 times the energy. It's a game changer. Okay, so this brings us to the main event, what I'm calling the Great Energy Exchange. Because here's the secret. Potential and kinetic energy aren't two totally separate things. Nope, they're constantly transforming, one into the other. They are, literally, two sides of the exact same coin. You've got potential energy, that's the stored energy, the energy of position, that's our before. And then you have kinetic energy, that's the active energy, the energy of motion, and that's our after. Let's track a falling object, because it shows this perfectly. Imagine holding a ball at the very top. Right there, it's not moving, so it has 0 kinetic energy. It's all potential energy. Now you let it go. As it falls, that potential energy starts turning into kinetic energy, and the ball speeds up. And then, just a split second before it hits the ground, it's basically got no potential energy left. It's all kinetic, moving at its fastest. And this constant trade-off, this back and forth, it's not just random. It follows one of the most important rules in all of physics, the law of conservation of energy. And what it says is really profound. Energy cannot be created, and it can't be destroyed. It can only change from one form to another. And this, to me, is the beautiful part. The total amount of energy in the system never changes. It's always the same. Think of it like you have a single bucket of water. The amount of water never changes. You're just pouring it from a potential glass to a kinetic glass, and back again. The total is always constant. So, there you have it. That's the great energy exchange that is quietly powering pretty much everything around us. Now that you know the rules of the game, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Just look around you today. Where can you spot this incredible transformation happening? Where do you see potential energy turning into kinetic energy right before your eyes?